Welcome to the Nick and Nick podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Royalty Roofing and Siding. Crown your home and your commercial property and then wrap it with royalty. Today we have a guest on the podcast. She's the executive director of At Ease USA. USA, right?
That's exactly right.
Her name is Beth Kramer.
Correct.
So thank you for joining us on the Nick and Nick podcast today. Looking forward to this conversation. We had a mutual connection through Taylor
Nissen with Green Goat Marketing.
Yes.
She's has volunteered to do some marketing activities for us, and as a small nonprofit, as you can imagine, we don't have a huge budget, and so we are always incredibly grateful for anyone who wants to help.
Yeah, good for her helping out. Shout out.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about the organization At Ease USA, and you got some events coming up that we want to feature. So give us a little bit about the mission.
So At Ease was founded in 2009 to help active duty veterans and their families.
Okay, stop.
I know.
I got a kid. A kid.
Thank you.
He's on the Abraham Lincoln. He's an air rescue swimmer.
Wow, that's impressive.
He's over there in harm's way. All right, so that now my ears are perked up here, so this hits a little different.
Well, we were established to help military-connected families with trauma.
Okay.
And so it could be post-traumatic stress, suicidal ideations. Suicide prevention is our mission.
Okay.
And frankly, I think we do it pretty darn good.
So that's the objective of the whole organization is to
eliminate
prevent
PTSD.
suicide. Okay.
Yep, and prevent suicide.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so we do that through a three-prong approach. Mental health therapy is the biggest.
Okay. I've seen all the providers on your website.
Yes.
Is that what their credentials are? Mental health therapy or?
They are. So we have a preferred provider network.
Yes.
They are all evidence-based, trauma-informed therapists.
Okay.
We have 54 therapists across the state. They go as far as North Platte.
Across Nebraska, 54 therapists that are in your network?
That are in our network.
Okay.
And they all have to have trauma informed
training.
Yep. And they all have to offer telehealth.
Okay.
State like Nebraska, if you are in Beamer, you're not going to drive the 3 hours or 2.5 hours to North Platte to go talk to a therapist about your problems.
Right.
So everyone has to offer telehealth.
Okay.
But we have those folks, and of course, the bulk of our folks are Omaha, Lincoln, because that's where the greatest population is.
Okay.
But we have quite a few veterans across the state that you get outside of Lincoln, and it just is harder and harder to find. You can't find medical care, let alone mental health care.
Right.
So therapy is our biggest pot, if you will. We offer peer support.
Okay.
And we have a peer support specialist in Omaha who focuses on incarcerated veterans and works with veterans in our Sarpy County Veterans Treatment Court.
Okay.
A lot of vets, they are involved with the justice system because of their trauma.
Yep.
Whatever that might be, it's because the trauma has triggered it.
Yeah.
In the last 10 days, I hired a second peer support specialist to focus on Lincoln.
Okay.
And so he is down in Lancaster County, and he is working with the community. And so their role is to offer mentoring, peer support in groups, and case management for folks. Touch base with our veterans once a month and make sure that they're doing okay.
Right.
So that's our peer support.
Okay, that's number 2, right?
That's number 2.
Okay.
We also do offer a virtual peer support group for women who have experienced trauma. Maybe it's military sexual trauma. Maybe it's...
So it could be the spouse of a vet, or would it have to be the vet themselves?
This peer support group, this virtual peer support group is for female veterans only.
Okay.
It is, as you can imagine, it's a tough subject, and we try to really keep it as a close-knit group. However, we do offer a peer support group for family members. It is spouses and caregivers.
Okay.
And we even have someone on the East Coast who has joined that. If you have a loved one in your family that has post-traumatic stress or is having issues with suicide, it impacts the entire family.
For sure.
We have clients as young as 8 years old, and we still have a lot of Vietnam vets that are mid-70s. Our largest group, our demographic would be the 25 to 44-year-olds.
Okay.
But those kids, the kiddos are, hey, something's wrong with mom or dad. What did I do? I don't understand.
Right.
You add that trauma with the moving from place to place because of the military life.
Yep.
And it just makes it very challenging
Right.
for a lot of those kids.
Compounds that.
So that's our second prong
The
approach.
peer, okay.
And then the other is our wellness programs.
Yes, I looked at that.
So that is relatively new for us. No one wants to say, hey, I need to talk to a therapist every week and I need to go in and rip the Band-Aid off. No one wants to do that. No, and a lot of people don't even want to admit that they have an issue.
Okay.
It's not, those invisible wounds are the worst.
Right.
If we can have them come to a yoga class, if we can have them do equine therapy that we do in conjunction with HETRA, shout out to them.
To who?
HETRA.
What is it?
HETRA is equine
Oh,
organization.
so it's horse stuff? Okay.
It's horse stuff out, and they are out in Valley.
Okay.
And I can't tell you what it stands for.
Okay. Don't need to know that, but it's horse stuff.
But it's horse stuff. So
I also know
equine
about
therapy-
goat stuff. We know some people that do the goat thing, and they have people come out to their goat.
Oh, really?
They do goat yoga. They do goat therapy.
Oh, I think I might want that name.
Yeah.
But you've got folks who might come to equine therapy.
Okay.
You've got people who might do a creative arts class with us because journaling or art in general can be very therapeutic for
Yeah,
folks.
for sure.
We do also offer financial wellness classes. A lot of folks in the military, they might go straight from high school into the military. And I'm going to date myself just a little bit. But in high school, when I was a kid, I now sound like my grandfather. When I was a kid, we spent a section of a math class on how do you write a check? How do you balance a budget? How do you do, X, Y, or Z? They don't do that anymore. And so some of these folks are getting out of high school, going straight into the military, and they don't have that need. They go to the commissary, or they go,
Right.
wherever they go, and then they get out and they're like, I don't even know what a savings
Right.
account is, or I don't know how to invest my money.
Right.
So we do offer, we try quarterly to offer a financial wellness class.
Okay.
Because financial stability is also one of the hugest stressors in a person's life.
Right.
So if we can help reduce that in a military-connected family, then that makes a huge difference
Yeah.
too.
You're obviously passionate about this.
I am.
Where did that passion, zeal come from for the veteran specifically and the military families? And
So my father was a Vietnam vet,
okay.
but I have always just, I've always, when you see the 4th of July and
The patriotic
the
stuff. Yeah.
patriotic stuff and the planes flying over, and then when you learn about how we've treated folks on the backside, and the amount of help that they need that they shouldn't, we don't replace the VA.
Right.
The VA has lots to offer, but a lot of people don't want to go to the VA.
Right.
So we bridge that gap, and there are some shortfalls that there shouldn't be. And so when I started working for At Ease in 2010, and I've watched and seen.
So almost from the inception then.
Correct.
Okay.
And again, I love the VA. I think they do a good job.
Right.
But not everyone is served to the best of that individual's abilities.
I get it.
And so I just think that there are organizations such as At Ease that can fill that gap, that should fill that gap. And having watched people go through our program, not only successfully, but we've got folks who, I was with a vet today, and she is just really struggling. And, if I can help, then I want to be there to help.
Right.
I'm not a therapist,
Right.
but I will connect them to the right person. I will get them where they need to be and get them the help that they deserve.
Right. That's awesome. How would a veteran come into, do they apply for what is it? Do they apply to be a part of your organization? In other words,
That's a great
to
question.
qualify for therapy? Do you work with other organizations that refer them to you? How does
So-
that work?
Great question. Anyone can get on our website.
Okay.
And if you go into mental health therapy, if that's what you're looking for, you just complete there's a registration form, for
Okay.
lack of a better description. That registration form goes straight to my clinical director and myself. And then the individual will then get an email that says, thank you for registering. Please fill out the attached questionnaire.
Okay.
That gives my clinical director a baseline on, okay, maybe this person speaks Spanish. We have a therapist who is fluent in Spanish that we can match
Right.
him with. By filling out the registration and the assessments beforehand, when my clinical director calls that individual, she can say, okay, I've looked through all of your documentation. I've got a couple suggestions of therapists for you.
Okay.
Anyone can sign up for any of our wellness programs that are military connected.
Okay.
We just ask, because we are a small nonprofit and we have a very specific mission, that we have some kind of military ID or proof of
Sure, that
connection to
makes
the
sense.
military.
Absolutely.
But other than that, anyone can sign up for any of our wellness programs. If someone wants peer support, same thing. Just sign up and you will get a call from a real person.
As a chiropractor, a retired chiropractor now, the military vets didn't have any chiropractic benefits, and it was
Right.
always something that we were fighting for and pushing for, and this is awesome to give this demographic of people that have been underserved the opportunity to, the access to this care that you guys are providing. Is that an insurance-based model? How is that financially?
Yeah, that's a great question. Therapy is $175 an hour.
Okay.
We have a sliding scale fee based on income.
Okay.
It begins at $5 a session and it goes up to $50 a session.
Oh, wow.
Anything over that, we pay for, and it is paid for with private dollars.
Oh, wow.
I do a lot of fundraising, a lot of
Yes.
grant writing.
Okay.
Again, I really believe that our military folks deserve this care. And, sometimes it might be 3 to 6 months before you can get into a VA therapist.
Right.
We get everybody in with a therapist within 10 days. 10 business days.
Yeah,
better
gotcha.
be,
Yeah.
I better 10 business days, as long as we can get them connected and their schedules work. We want to make sure that there isn't time for anything to happen in between. And if someone needs help or if they're in crisis, they need help now.
Right.
Not in 3 to 6 months.
Right.
We are 100% confidential. So all of our therapy is confidential and we do not have to share it with anyone. I will say we're very excited when you speak about funding. We have a Staff Sergeant Fox grant that helps us with
seen that.
That's a Department of Veterans Affairs grant.
Okay.
It is for outreach towards suicide prevention,
Okay.
peer support, and some of our wellness programs. And so if someone is willing, they are not required, but if someone is willing to participate in this program, that helps our funding of that
Okay.
program or of that individual.
Awesome.
So that's great. But we do, it's a lot of fundraising. We just don't want any potential client
Right.
to have to give up gas money to get to work,
Right.
or I have to choose this week between my medications and my therapy, because that mental health is so important.
Right. I would love to hear, maybe without using a name, maybe just a testimony or a story of somebody that you've seen this system that you guys have in place at work and how it has impacted or changed somebody's life.
So we have, I've got 2 great stories. And
Yes, please.
And in fact, if people go to our website,
Yeah.
www.addysusa.org,
Let's go.
we have a Vietnam vet who was going through vet court, and our peer support specialist, Art Williams, was working with him. And he has had just a really rough time. Was in theater in Vietnam and has struggled just with mental health issues since then. Again, was involved with vet court because of his trauma.
Yes.
He's had some issues. He likes to ride motorcycles, and he's got one. He was recently in an accident, and just kind of some setbacks. He was one of the first people to graduate from Veterans Treatment Court.
Okay.
And,
What is that?
So Douglas, Sarpy, Lancaster, and there's a treatment court in Grand Island for Buffalo County. It is a court that allows people, if they have relatively low infractions or charges against them.
Okay.
They can
Legally.
Legally.
You're not talking about disability.
No. This
Okay.
is legal issues.
Got you.
You can apply to be part of the Veterans Treatment Court.
Okay.
They are fantastic courts that give people a second chance.
Okay.
So you can apply to be part of it, and you have it. There is a process where you go through these different steps, and you kind of graduate through the program. When you graduate at the end, there is a ceremony, and your charges are either reduced or expunged altogether.
Oh, wow.
It is a fantastic program that
That
truly
is
gives
awesome.
people a second chance. This gentleman had gone through that court. He had just kind of, he had struggled for a long time. He's a Vietnam vet. And he graduated. We were so proud of him when he graduated. And he will tell you that he would not have done it without Addie's help.
Right.
My clinical director went to we both went to his graduation, and he had another honor that was given to him recently, and she went to that. And he's an amazing guy. Amazing story, and sad, but he's truly an amazing guy.
Right.
We had a younger vet. I would say he just retired from the Air Force.
Okay.
He and his wife go to yoga. They were going to yoga together. He told me that it was his way of having an hour to decompress and spend that time bonding with his wife. Connecting. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. Connecting better with his wife, and then we get a babysitter for their kids.
Sounds like a heck of a deal to me.
Yeah,
I'm in there. Let me join that club.
Exactly. He is retired, and he is getting ready to graduate. He is going to be a therapist because of his experience with Addie's.
Oh, wow.
And I am incredibly optimistic that he'll come with.
I was going to say, you got to recruit him now.
I know. Yes, we'd love to have him because he's got that military experience.
Yeah, been there, done that, been through it.
Yep.
Can speak the language.
That's exactly right.
Right. So the other thing that you talked about, the Fox grant, I also want to, what is the training software that you talk about on the services provided? We got counseling, we got wellness, we got the Fox grant. I didn't quite understand what what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
Okay, help me with that.
In 2015, Addie's worked with Dr. Yair Barhem out of Tel Aviv University in Israel.
Okay.
And we reached out, and he was testing this software. It's a computer program that retrains the brain. And I can tell you, again, I'm not a therapist in the 50,000 foot level, but you look at images, and you are encouraged as you go through these images to choose the image that is less stressful.
Okay.
So
Have you done it? Have you done the training?
I have done it.
Okay. Give me an example.
I test it. So you'll have a very angry face next to a very calm, happy face.
Okay.
And you use the mouse and you click it tests response times.
Okay.
And so the faster you respond to the happy face, right? Then it starts to train your brain that way.
Gotcha.
And so
you're rewiring the nervous system.
Rewiring the nervous system. And Dr. Amy Badura-Brack was our lead researcher at Creighton University. So we funded the trials. We used
at ease, you say you guys did that? Because that's a proposition to.
We raised $1.1 million
For that specifically?
For this specifically. And that software is now being used by Barhem in Israel, on the troops in Israel.
Wow.
And he's also used it, there was a story that he used it on civilians in Israel after the October 7th attack. And so it's been very successful. At one point during the trials, Barhem is in the field, and you can hear gunfire. Dr. Badura-Brack is telling us about this gunfire she's hearing in the background, but he's sitting there with his iPad doing this software training.
That's awesome.
It's very unintrusive. You can come into the office, get at a computer. You do it about 20 minutes to 30 minutes once a week for about 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay.
And
what's the fee associated with that? How does that play? How does that work? I know it's a sliding scale or whatever.
no, we don't have a fee for that.
Okay.
It is something if someone's willing to do and try.
Yeah.
They don't have to have a discussion with anyone in the room about what happened. You know, a therapist has to be there.
Right.
But they will, just a little preliminary discussion and get them set up and how to use it. KMTV, when we first finished the trials, came and did a story on us. And we had a gentleman, he was out of Clive or Des Moines proper. He drove to Omaha for
Once
8
a
weeks
week. Okay.
to do the software.
Okay.
Said he had tried everywhere to try different therapies, and that's what helped him.
Wow.
And so KMTV, as I mentioned, did that story on him. And boy, to have the commitment to drive to Omaha once a week just to do this 20 to 30 minute therapy was huge.
Right. Okay. Now you have an event coming up. You got talk to us about you have a few events throughout the year, but one's coming up. And then I also want to talk about, Taylor talked about the 12 Strong Soldier presentations. I don't know if those are the same events, the 5K and that, or two different things, but can you cover what you guys have going on in terms of these are fundraising opportunities for people to get engaged with the community?
Well, our first event, it's not our first. We've already had 2 events this year, but we have an event coming up on June 27th.
Okay.
It's our Forge Ahead 5K.
Forge Ahead 5K. Got it.
It is at Walnut Creek Recreation Center in Papillion.
How many years have you done it?
This is 22. This is 4th year. It is really an awareness piece. It is $30. You get a T-shirt.
Okay.
It is just to bring awareness, not only to Addies, but June is PTSD Awareness Month.
Oh,
and so we do it in honor of PTSD
That's
Awareness
awesome.
Month.
Yep.
And this year, we are offering people the opportunity to create a yard sign with a loved one on it.
Okay.
And so we'll put those along the route. It would have their photo, name, and rank.
Okay.
And then they can take the sign home with them.
Okay.
And put it in their yard if they want.
That's cool.
So
that's new this year?
The sign is new this year.
So then do you pay for that sign, or is that included in your?
No, it's paid. The sign is $25.
Okay, gotcha.
And then the registration, and then you come out, you walk, you run, you bring your kids in the wagon, you bring your dog. It is if you want to be competitive, you can be. I've got a couple that are, I got a couple. We had a couple of our kids last year. The 2 brothers ran, and they were very competitive against each other.
Okay.
So that's June 27th.
And how have you seen the participation over the years in that particular event? And then what is your anticipation this year for the 5K in terms of goals?
We'd love to have more people. I think
always, right?
Always.
Doesn't matter how many.
And it kind of webs and flows. And I think, I hope if we get 60 to 75 people this year that raises awareness, that would be fantastic.
Yep. So we're coming up. If you want to do a 5K at Walnut Grove.
At Walnut Creek. There's a difference.
Oh,
don't send them there.
Creek Grove, my bad.
You got to send them to Papillion.
Okay, for the At Ease USA 5K.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's coming up. $30. Help us raise awareness.
What's the date again?
June 27th.
Got it. Okay.
Then the other.
Are you doing it?
I will be there.
You'll be working it.
I'm working it, and I will walk the signs around.
There you go. That counts.
I'll take it.
Okay.
But last year I did have, it was kind of funny. One of our board members, last year, the year before, she got about halfway through and gave me a call and said, Beth, you can go ahead and pack up. She had a 2-year-old, I think, 2 or 3-year-old. She's like, we keep getting stopped and we're picking flowers and we're picking all that other stuff. And I'm like, it's okay. You came out and you raised awareness, right?
Is there a before or after congregation or anything?
Both. And we have medals for first, second, third place.
Okay.
I get medals. I put the Addies logo on them.
Okay.
We have first, second, and third place, men and women's division, not just overall.
Okay.
So it's fun. It's rain or shine.
Yep.
We just make it work, and it's a good time. And Walnut Creek is pretty flat.
Oh, that helps.
Which helps. We did it one year at Walnut Grove, and
okay.
That's across country.
Yeah.
That was not as fun.
Right.
But then the other event we have coming up is November 3rd or 4th. Excuse me. Will Summers is a former he still is a special operations.
So this is what Taylor was talking about?
This is what Taylor was talking about. He and his team of 11 other guys went into Afghanistan.
Was he a SEAL? Is he a SEAL?
Special operations.
Yeah, just special
I think
ops.
Green Beret.
Okay, could be Green Beret, yep.
Green Beret. Went into Afghanistan, the 12 of them did, before the U.S. military went in.
Okay.
And they went in on horseback.
Excuse me?
And so, I know. It's amazing. So the movie 12 Strong is about his story.
Okay.
So everyone go see the movie and then come to our luncheon.
12 Strong.
12 Strong.
Okay.
And
because nowadays you look at how wars are being fought and they ain't being fought on horseback.
No, they're not. And they went in, and it was, like I said, it was a special operation that they went in before the U.S. troops got there and started laying the groundwork for the Americans to arrive. And horses were all they had, given the terrain. And so he and some of his buddies also started a bourbon company called Horse Soldier Bourbon.
Okay.
So we are going to do a separate event the night before.
Okay.
And Will is going to have his bourbons there. And we are going to do a bourbon tasting the night before.
Okay.
For anyone who isn't into a lunch, if you will.
Okay, they're more into the bourbon and less into the lunch.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So Will will speak at the bourbon tasting the night before.
Okay.
And he'll sign some bottles, and
that's cool.
It'll be kind of fun.
Yeah.
But he's going to speak at the luncheon. And then Heath Mello, who is the president and CEO of the Omaha Chamber, is going to be our honorary chair for the event this year.
And then how many years have you been doing this luncheon?
So this luncheon is actually how I got started.
Okay, this would be the main fundraiser for the organization, I'm assuming.
This is our main fundraiser. The first luncheon was in 2009.
Okay.
Senator Chuck Hagel was the speaker. And I was brought on to help with the 2010 event.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I got started with this.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. We did not do a luncheon in 2020, just COVID, no one could meet. But we've done it one every year since then.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, it's at Ease USA.
That's right.
So is there other chapters in different parts of the country or different regions, or are we at the hub and we're going to expand out? What's the overhaul?
We're at the hub.
Okay.
We're at the hub. We have all of Nebraska and the 4 counties in western Iowa.
Okay.
We have received multiple calls from the Atlanta, Georgia area and Longview, Texas area about starting an at ease chapter, if you will. But I have to be cognizant of the dollars that are donated to us are meant to be local.
Right.
And so, my comment is, if you guys can start raising some money, I'll come out and show you how this works. Yeah. But this isn't something that I'm willing to raise money for outside
somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere else.
I get it. Makes sense.
My goal is to serve those Nebraska and Iowa veterans, and we do a lot with the Nebraska National Guard and the reserves. So it's military connected. The other thing I should mention, in 2020, with COVID and the impact that it had on those medical professionals, a dear friend of mine completed suicide, and I went to the board and said, "Can we include healthcare workers?"
I did see that. I was wondering how they found their way in there.
That's how they found their way in. And so it's not our main population. I think about 2% of our clients are frontline healthcare workers. But that's, again, another profession where if you are a nurse or a doctor, you probably don't want to go to the hospital to say, hey, I'm having issues with trauma. You probably, you want that to be confidential. And so we do have, like I said, about 2% of our clients are frontline healthcare workers.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds like you guys are making an impact in the community.
We're trying.
Do you link arms with other community partners in terms of veteran-based organizations or whatever?
We do. We are actually, so we are on the governor's task force for suicide prevention.
Okay.
There is the Omaha Area Veterans Alliance that we're part of. But part of that peer support is if someone is, let's say someone is transitioning out of jail.
Yes.
They're left on the corner and said, okay, good luck.
Right.
So our peer support specialist not only is there to mentor and offer that kind of guidance, but okay, if you get out and you are you're having issues with groceries. Okay, let's connect you to get that
Yes.
food security. You can't pay your rent. Let's connect you over to some veteran housing.
Yes.
We try really hard to not reinvent the wheel, but to make those connections.
Yeah.
Because our goal is to have a warm handoff.
Yep.
And we have relationships with a lot of organizations here in town that are military focused. I'm not going to start a fishing group because I know that there's a military veteran-led fishing group out there.
Yep.
I'm going to send my vet who may like to fish.
Right.
I'm going to send that vet to that group.
Makes sense.
There's no reason to duplicate efforts.
No. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me.
Sounds like you guys are making a huge impact in that community, so it's awesome service to provide.
Yeah, and they deserve it. It's
They
people
do.
who truly deserve it, and the families who are also trying to navigate the issues that surround that as well.
Remind our audience one more time about the 5K. When is it? Where is it?
5K is June 27th at Walnut Creek Recreation Area, 8 a.m. registration, 9 a.m. race starts. And if you are a fast walker, you'll be done by 10 a.m.
And how do they register? Do they register online at the Addie's USA website? Or?
Correct. Under
Okay.
the events tab, it'll have the event. And so will the luncheon will be under the events tab.
Well, thanks for being with us, Beth.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, it was nice to meet you.
It's been awesome. Thanks again, Royalty Roofing and Siding. Please smash that subscribe button if you enjoy the content of this podcast. We'll see you next time.